Hello, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Teeter, and today we're going to continue on playing Core Keeper. Last time on the channel, we moseyed on into the Azeos Wilderness, which is the first post-game biome. We kind of snuck past the late desert. But at the end of that video, I said I was going to make the Scarlet workbench. I went ahead and gathered up some tin in 2 different smelters, but we've already got enough to make the Scarlet workbench. And I put all of our scarlet in the smelter to smelt it on down. Oh, and I also need iron, but that's okay because we have copious amounts of iron here. So we'll build the Scarlet workbench, which means we can go ahead and replace the iron workbench with it. I guess I'll go ahead and sell the iron workbench to this guy. What's up, man? 98, ooh-wee. Thank you so much. I remember I'm keeping my money nowadays. Oh, there we go. So let's see what we can make. So pickaxe, of course, is the very first thing I always look to make. So go ahead and make that immediately. Get a boosted lantern, 5 glow, and extra mining damage. The mining damage boost is actually really useful. 8 scarlet bar and 8 slime. 15 inventory slot backpack with an extra 31 health boost. So it's 3 extra slots and 6 extra health. It is an improvement. 10 scarlet and 3 wool and roly-poly plate, which comes from our cattle up there. Scarlet hoe covers a 5x5 area of tiles. That could be useful to have. Still haven't made a fishing rod yet. Really, the only boost that you get from the different fishing rods is a higher fishing skill, which lets you fish in different types of water. Then the scarlet anvil, which will unlock the scarlet sword and armor set. And probably also the bow and the dagger. Not really something that we need at the moment, but good to know it's here. Distillery table to make better potions and explosives. The boat workbench, which allows you to craft boats. So I'm actually going to grab that. As well as... Oh, you gotta grab the pickaxe. Yeah, so I'm going to grab the boat workbench, I think. And then the octarine workbench is for once you get into the sea biome. I do want to see if we can build a boat right away. Now, I do have planks. I don't remember where I'm storing them. Oh, right here. Look at that. We need 50 plank and 15 scarlet. We'll just grab 50 of these. Build ourselves the boat workbench. So we can learn how much of a setback it's going to be to... Whoops. Much of a setback it's going to be to make a boat. Oh boy, okay, we can't make a speeder, but 80 plank, 50 scarlet, and 20 mechanical parts. So we're going to have to go get more scarlet. That's what the pickaxe is for. I also wanted to check out how much drills cost. 10 iron and 10 scarlet. Okay, so these drill more quickly through stuff than the crude drills. So you can tell it's got double the mining damage. I don't know if that means it works twice as fast. I'm assuming so. So we're going to want to make some drills sooner than later. I guess I'll make one right now. If we find a scarlet deposit, we could put the drill on right away. And of course, I have an engine from before. I can make those at the electronics table for 10 copper bars. Or an electricity generator, I guess they're technically called. Go ahead and put my resources away for now. Add the scarlet into here with the tin and everything. We will scrap the iron pickaxe. 2 iron bars, 7 scrap parts, and 2 wood. Not a huge return on our investment, but better than nothing, I suppose. Bring all our goodies with us, and then we will reinforce the scarlet pickaxe for 2 scarlet bars. We've also got this scarlet dagger. I guess we can start using that for combat. We'll see what it's like. Doesn't reach very far, though. Although you do lunge forward with it, I guess. Compare that to the sword. I don't know. Maybe it's about the same. Come here. Oh, they, wow. As far as they could reach through the fence like that. Anyway, this just attacks faster. So, be a little bit better to attack with. But anyway, we'll go on ahead and head back to the Azeos Wilderness. I think this time we'll head on over to the left and we'll just continue our path this way. Bring our drill. Hopefully we'll find a scarlet deposit. I think we already did see one before, but didn't really do anything with it. Take our foods and we'll be on our merry way. Oh, actually, you know what? I just remembered something else. Between videos, I ended up building the incubators for the eggs. We found 2 eggs as we explored in the previous videos, and the merchant, this bearded guy, actually sells a 3rd egg. And at the copper workbench, I believe, you can make this egg incubator for 8 copper and 8 glass, which is basically 8 sand that you put into this glass smelter. So all in all, 13 copper and 8 sand can get you one of these incubators up here. And if you put them next to a generator like I did and put an egg in them, over time you will get cracked eggs that will give you different pets. So I made one of each. We'll try opening each one, see what kind of pets we get. The pets give you different abilities, or they each have different abilities and different things that they can do. So we'll just take a peek here and see which one we want to carry with us. So this one is an owl. Buffs owner with faster movement speed and higher damage, and then as you float around, they will do whatever they do. Apparently I just gave it a smooch. They have a side panel here where you can eventually put points into skills. So it can boost your critical hit chance, can boost your range damage, crit damage. So this is basically just to help you in combat, this little owl. And each of the eggs can spawn these critters, but they can come in different colors as well. I just noticed they ate through the wall over here. That's not ideal, but we can go tame that in a little bit. Open the next one. We get an Embertail cat. Show some love to this. So it says the Embertail shoots flames, so it can shoot little fires and deal burn damage over time. And then you can put points into here to boost its stats and abilities. So higher burn damage, higher crit chance, faster attack speed, 15% chance on hit to consume target's burning effect and deal the entire burning damage immediately. That's actually incredible. And then lastly, we have the Sub Terrier, which is a dog that I think just bites enemies. Higher boss damage, chance to stun, chances to deal triple damage, higher crit chance, and better melee damage. So I think between the 3, I'm going to go with the Embertail. I like that it can attack over range. And I don't think they'll attack enemies until you do. So if I were to shoot, well, I think I'll kill these in one hit. Yeah, there we go. So once you start attacking things, your Embertail will attack them as well. I don't know if this is going to die before I start healing up. Move all my normal stuff back in my hotbar here. Did you lose interest? I think that's definitely going to die before the Embertail kills it. You can see that it's gaining experience as it fights. I think it gains more experience once the enemy dies, so if I kill this... Yeah, it jumped right up to be a lot higher. But anyway, they can help you with fights. And well, as we explore, it'll gain some XP. Kind of surprised I never got an animal before now, but that's okay. Let's store them in here where my kind of extra stuff is in this chest. Now, another thing I want to point out is once you kill the Hive Mother, you can spawn, or you can craft this ancient hologram pod. And this adds kind of like an honorary NPC to your area here, and it sells scanners for all of the extra bosses and also the tools that you use to summon the late game bosses. Surprisingly, the egg that you use to spawn the boss from Azeos Wilderness, Azeos as it turns out, only requires ores of each type. It doesn't require any biome specific items or anything. I thought it did, but I guess not. The expert lure requires a purple bait and the different baits you make at the table, as well as octarine, which is the ore from that biome. And the thumper requires, oh, just planks. Okay, so we're already making planks, so not so bad. Oh, I think it's the scanners I was thinking of that cost the related pieces. Ancient feathers come from the wilderness. Poison slime comes from the slimes from the wilderness. Seashells come from the beach. Magma slimes come from the slimes in the desert subbiomes. Scarlet wing covers come from the ground in the desert. And slippery slimes come from the slimes in the ocean. So to scan for the different bosses, you need all those different things, but for just generally existing, you don't. All right, let's go ahead and venture out. Notice that if we get too far away from our little buddy there, that they'll teleport to catch up. We're actually much faster with the food and the dash feather, but if we get far enough ahead, boop, goes right up. Now, I do have a bunch of candies and stuff that we could give this pet to boost its skills, but I'm honestly not that worried about it. It'll gain enough skill over time, especially when we fight bosses. Oh, hey. Get him. Good job. Oh boy. Maybe actually get him. Wait, my Embertail's pushing him closer to me. Pet reached level 2. Yeah, we should give our pet a name. Let's call it Embertail. Just because it's what I've called it thus far. Since that's its type or whatever. You might notice that I'm carrying milk now. This is the milk that drops from the cattle. It gives you a base armor boost that actually is different from the percentage gain you get from foods made out of Karox. So you can stack it, which is very important. Alright, so I'm just making myself a little bridge that goes straight into this biome here. You can see there's a ton of water, which is why I was excited to see the boat workbench right away. Now, we can't afford anything at the boat workbench just yet, but yeah, we're just going to turn this into the ground because I'm going to be digging across a giant sea, apparently, and wasting all of my bridges that I have. Alright, so we're going to keep just exploring and mining for scarlet. 3 hits per wall with the scarlet pickaxe, that's about normal. Of course, if our mining damage increases, we should be able to cut through walls a little bit easier. And that's actually what the scarlet backpack can help you do as well. So let's talk about stats really quick, because I guess I haven't before. In this little side panel that you get by clicking this arrow in your inventory, you can actually see what your stats are. So whenever you get things that are percentage boosts, like 9% of this mining damage will get increased by the backpack, is a percentage of what your current damage is. So 9% of this, let's call it 10% for easy math. It's an additional 44 mining damage, which is actually pretty substantial. So I don't really know what the damage thresholds of each of the walls or anything are. I'm not that in tune with the game, unfortunately. But generally speaking, higher number means you do more damage to the different walls. And once you pass certain damage thresholds, you can cut through walls in fewer hits, which means that you can cut through areas a lot faster. In the Azeos Wilderness, there's a few things that you'll find as you explore. You find a lot of farms, which are just areas that contain the different cabling farmer enemies. But you can find different set pieces as well that have different loot and stuff in them. You can also find little temples that contain special loot, specifically the clear gemstone, which is something that's used to make the legendary sword from the first half of the game. A rune song sword. The rune song is the only sword in the game that has infinite durability, so it will never break or get tired. Here we have our first mold dungeon. Mold dungeons are pretty much guaranteed death. We can venture in here just for funsies, but we want to be careful how we approach here. So these tentacles will throw, I think, usually when they take damage. For some reason, they weren't throwing in response to taking damage from me, so I'm thankful for that. Oh, but if they hit you, they will snare you. They also deal a great amount of damage. Now, you'll see the floor in here is kind of smoking. There is a mold debuff that you'll get, where the longer you're in here breathing the air, the more you will slow down. So, while this looks kind of like an unassuming little dungeon of new enemies that are mostly stationary and move really slowly, you too will start to move really slowly. So it's actually really easy to get overwhelmed in here. And I guess I'll show you what I mean. Also, these enemies lunge quite a bit when they attack. Ow. Ow. This dagger does attack really fast, though. That's incredible. One, two, three, four, five. It's so fast. You'll see that this is happening. Over time, this number goes up and my movement speed goes down by another, I guess, 7% per tick. To a maximum of 10. So you can be reduced by 70% movement speed as you come around in here. It goes away over time if you're standing on floor that is not this mold floor. So you can... Honestly, if you have a strong enough shovel, you can just dig out the floor here and put down a bridge or put down dirt or something, and you just stand on it to temporarily get out of the mold. That might also work on just a bridge over water. Oh, I didn't get to test it right there because I'm running away from this guy. Dash feather, of course, helps you navigate this a little bit easier because you dash over the tiles at your normal movement speed. So you can still move through these dungeons pretty good if you're using the swift feather or the Azeos dash feather. I have a swift feather from the early game right now because we haven't seen the Azeos boss, but you better believe I'm going to switch to the Azeos dash feather the first second I can. Was this going to go down when I stand over the water? It does. Okay, so you'll see that the debuff goes away pretty quickly once you're standing over a non-mold floor. In the mold dungeons, there is mold-specific water and, of course, mold ground. The mold ground can be used to grow. We actually found some pafungi, and since that's growing in here, you actually need this ground in order to grow it. Now, I don't have a very strong shovel, so it takes me a lot of hits to dig up this ground, but we'll get a little bit of it right now, just to make sure that we can farm with it in a little bit. So this works like the stone does for Karox, or Carrix, however you say that. Instead of hoeing and planting in just stone ground, you would put it into this mold ground right here. Regarding the water that's in here, you can use your bucket to bring this water home with you. You can do the same thing with the acid water in the 5 areas, but I haven't done that yet. I haven't really carved out any areas I want to dump that water in. You don't really need a big area to get a benefit from the water, because really all you do with the water when you have it is fish out of it. And you only need a 1 tile bit of water in order to go fishing. I'm actually really liking the dagger. Ooh. I thought I was gonna kill that guy before he swung at me. But yeah, so if I didn't have the dash feather, I could very easily get overrun by these guys. Especially because of how much they lunge. You can tell that they catch up with you. If they get within range and they start to attack, that lunge can be very scary. Ow. I think I'm gonna kill these guys before they hit me. So I'm getting poisoned by their blades. They all carry poisonous sickles, which is actually a weapon that you can find as well. Doesn't quite look the same, but it has the same effect. You can poison enemies and prevent them from healing. It's really funny to me how you inch forward with this dagger. Oh, dash, dash. So, you don't really find anything in the mold dungeons, I don't think. There is one mold dungeon that you'll find that has a moldy cicada, or like giant bug, set piece. And in that dungeon specifically, you'll find a guaranteed poisonous sickle. The sickle also drops from the poison slime boss that you'll find later on in the biome, so it's not really necessary to find the one that spawns naturally. Although if you do stumble upon it, it is really useful, especially in fights like the slime fight. But not really sure how much enemies heal. There is one enemy in particular that heals, but it's not until you get into the last biome of the game, the desert. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I was hoping I could destroy that tentacle. Oh, man. Plan backfired. Trying to use the explosive shot to blow up the enemies, and instead I blew it myself. For some reason the splash seems really effective when it comes to splashing back at me, but not as effective when trying to deal with groups of enemies. And that is the secondary fireball attack of the fireball staff. Dang. Yeah, so I think we kind of get the gist of what's going on in here. We can go ahead and leave and maybe come back and explore these later. For now, we really want to go try to find a scarlet ore, or a scarlet ore deposit, rather. And really just kind of poke around the biome a little bit. I guess we'll keep our eye out for more of those feathers, because that way we can scan for the boss instead of having to stumble into it. Oh, hello. Oh, he put a plant down. Okay, I can't really see what I'm doing, so I'm going to back out. Yeah, we got stuck in one of their snare plants. It's kind of scary, especially when you're dealing with those guys that shoot. Because while you're sitting still, they're aiming right for you. Oh, the dagger is actually making me get snared. Okay, we're going to switch back to my sword for these guys. Some more scarlet. And yeah, so anywhere you see the stuff on the ground is where these guys can spawn in huge quantities. Now, I forgot to bring a hoe, but you can cut through it with the hammer, since the hammer hits a 2x3 area as well. But I think I would suggest carrying a hoe. Scarlet hoe is obviously the biggest you'd have at this stage of the game, but oh boy. But you can still get by with an iron hoe. Guys try to shoot me through a wall. No! There are so many of these guys that spawn on this grass. There's even more down here. I see the reds of his eyes. Oh, found a snare plant. And also one of the guys from the mold dungeon decided to come pay us a visit. How did you find your way all the way out here, my friend? You won't know. Oh, we almost made it back to where I was before. We'll complete the loop just for fun. You know, it's a bit scary to go this way, especially having no health whatsoever. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of that healing potion we found, huh? Fine. We'll burn everyone to the ground with our ember tail. Hey, wait, our pet's been leveling up, huh? 2 points. Let's do the 15% chance on hit to deal all burning damage at once. And attack speed sounds pretty good. They'll attack more often. So they'll have more chances on hit to deal all their damage because they'll be hitting more often. How much damage are they dealing? 147. It's pretty comparable to what I'm doing. A lot better than the amounts they were originally doing, that's for sure. That was close. And I keep not seeing these plants. Ah! I was focusing on the plants. Saw him charging up there too. Oh shoot! I thought that was my ember tail right there, since he was on fire. Oopsies. Oh, it puts me all the way... I forgot that it brings me back to this bed. Well, good news. We're sort of close to where we just were. Trying to see if there's any better way to get on over there. Yeah, we died right here. Now we can just go down, I guess. We'll build a bridge right here, though, because I'm getting kind of sick of having to mosey all the way around. Boy, oh boy. Yeah. And of course, because I died, I don't have any more, wood to build more with. I need a workbench anyway, too. Now, you can make other types of bridges, like stone bridges and stuff, with stone walls. But, of course, you need the respective workbench to craft that at. So, it could be useful to bring a workbench with you, just like how I carry a salvage and repair station with me. But, I don't really have that right now. But anyway, we'll go grab my stuff real quick. We'll see how much ore we got from our exploration. See what kind of goodies we got from the mold dungeon and everything. And, don't you dare shoot me from all the way back there. My goodness. We'll take a peek at everything we have. Oh, who are you attacking? Oh, the guy that shot me. Wow, look at you. You actually take him out. I will be very impressed. We'll get rid of all of our kind of garbage here. This goodie bag. Oh, we actually got grumpkin seeds. Whoever would have expected that? Not me. And we will go and get my stuff, which was actually right there. So, guess we didn't make it all that far. Thanks to going through the mold dungeon, I guess, which we'll have to do again. But we'll just kind of zip on through. Or the slowdown affects us. There's something about the ember tail being so massive, especially when it swings, that when I'm just looking at my peripheral, I seem to confuse it with the enemies that are around. Get rid of the grass. Care for grass. That's all my stuff. Oh boy, there's 3 of these guys. Ow. Left his bush form to attack me. Oh god, now there's more mold people coming. Just dash away. No, we won't. No, we won't. I'm really gonna welcome a weapon upgrade. Especially a ranged weapon. We can deal with enemies in fewer than 3-4 hits. I think we'd be okay. Just because of how many spawn. Alright, well, I was hoping we'd find a scarlet deposit up in here. And so far, not seeing any purely red 4-piece blocks. But I'll keep digging around this area between videos and we'll find scarlet deposit and we'll toss our drill and our engine on that because we really want to up our scarlet intake because mining through these areas is a bit difficult and treacherous. So at any rate, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, we're going to keep on with this series. Hopefully we'll advance a little bit more quickly and have a little bit more to watch than me moseying around trying not to die. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content or content like this, please feel free to check out my other videos as well as coming on over to my Twitch page where we play Core Keeper and many other games just like it and many other games not very like it. Appreciate you so much for watching and until next time, I hope you take care. Thanks. Bye now.